Do it in style. Why commitment beats caution in the real world. Let me start by asking you a very simple question. How many of you have ever started something, a career, a side quest, a relationship, a dream, but somewhere down the line, you put one foot out? Not because you didn't care much, not because you didn't have the pure intent, but because you wanted to stay safe, secured, inside your comfort zone. For whatsoever reason, sometimes valid, most times excuses. Most of us have. This is because we all grew up with a very common message: act, move fast, take the short, just do it. I mean, this sounds empowering, and sometimes it is. But there is a silent killer in this advice. Today, I want to talk about how we act, not just whether we act. Because the real world doesn't reward movement alone, it rewards how we move. And the idea I want to share today is very simple. Success doesn't come from reckless action, nor does it come from endless caution. It comes from commitment with coherence, or as I like to call it, doing it in style. By style, I don't mean fashion or attitude or confidence for that matter. By style, I mean alignment. Style is when your intent is clear, your decision is deliberate, and your execution fully backs your decision. One of the great poets, Charles Bukowski, described style in a very stylish manner, and I quote, "Style is the answer to everything, a fresh way to approach a dull or a dangerous thing." To do a dull thing in style is preferable to doing a dangerous thing without it. To doing a dangerous thing with style is what I call art. So be the artist and curate your life. Walk in style, dress in style, breathe in style, eat in style. Do whatever you do in life in style. Because without style, we become basic, we become mediocre, we become lifeless. And it is reflected in our behavior, actions, and thought process. You see, our education system has trained us to avoid mistakes, wait until you're sure, minimize visible failure. And for a long time, especially in our academic years, it works. So we learn to hesitate. We learn to ask for permission. We learn to care too much about our image and less about our impact. But then we step into the real world and the rules brutally change. Outside the classroom, the people who move forward are not the smartest in the room, not even the most prepared, and probably not even the right. They are the ones who decide and commit. This creates a vacuum many capable people feel but can't explain. Let me explain this further with the help of an example of a very dear friend. We'll call her Priya. Smart, capable, curious, always had ideas, business ideas, creative ideas, big plans. From the outside, it looked like potential. But every time I spoke to her about what she wanted to do, she would always end her sentence with something like, "Oh, I'm just exploring," or "Oh, I'm keeping my options open." It sounded thoughtful, but over time I noticed something. Nothing was going terribly wrong with her life, but nothing was moving forward either. One day, during a long conversation about one of her ideas, I asked Priya, if this fails, which failure would hurt more? Failing after going all in, or failing because you never did? She didn't answer immediately, but in a few weeks' time, she chose something. Not the safest option, not the flashiest option, probably not even the smartest one, just the one she was willing to stand behind. She didn't become an overnight success, by the way, but she became different, more focused, more decisive, more alive. That's what moving in style is all about. Not dramatic, decisive. See, if you are going to do it anyway, might as well do it in style, innit? Okay, so how do we do whatever we do in life in style? It's a few quiet but powerful shifts that you need to make. First, decide faster than your fears. Most people don't fail because they chose wrong. They fail because they never chose at all. They wait for more data, more certainty, more permission. But clarity rarely comes before movement. It comes from movement. Make a decision and stand by it. That's style. Second, choose one door. One door says growth, the other says comfort. You don't need to announce it, you don't need to justify it. Just stop trying to walk through both. Style is singular. Third, burn the invisible escape plans. Okay, if this business doesn't work out, I'll fall back to my old job. Or if the society doesn't approve of my relationship, I'll just go marry someone through an arranged setup. That backup might feel responsible, but it quietly kills excellence. When there's no back door, you find another route, and that's moving in style. Once you make these shifts, your energy will be different. It will be felt before your resume is read, before your pitch is finished, and before the results show. So stand behind something. Not everything, not forever, but something. Because when you don't, your work lacks force, your confidence never compounds, and your potential stays theoretical. The world doesn't need more cautious talent. It already has plenty, right? So let's move on to the good news. The good news is conviction isn't a personality trait. It's a practice. It grows. It grows every time you decide clearly, you act deliberately, and you stand behind your choice. So if there's one shift worth making, let it be this. Move from asking what is the right choice to asking what choice I'm willing to stand behind fully. Because in the long run, the real world doesn't reward those who play not to lose. It rewards those who commit and do it in style. Thank you.